Hello and welcome to the program. I'm your host, Neil Howard, here on Health Professional Radio. Thank you so much for joining us again. Mr. Jeff Griswold is here. He's president of Effective Learning Systems to discuss the WiseGuide App. It's a collection of unique audio programs that use meditation as a technique to achieve a state of mindfulness and deeper learning. Welcome to Health Professional Radio, Jeff Griswold.
Well, thank you, Neil. Good to be here.
President of Effective Learning Systems, what exactly is your area of expertise?
Well, Effective Learning Systems has been in business for over 45 years. And what we've done is we've developed techniques that help people realize their full potential. And we guide them to apply those techniques towards specific goals, such as losing weight or stopping smoking, reducing stress or anxiety, a multitude of ways that we've helped people apply these fantastic techniques of using your mind to change your life towards specific goals.
Is meditation connected to hypnosis, or are they two totally separate modalities?
They're related. In one way they're related is they both operate by getting the subject into the same brainwave frequencies. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with brainwave frequencies?
Absolutely, yes.
So, in the alpha or theta level brainwaves, that's a state you're in when you're in meditation. It's a state you get into when you're being hypnotized. I'm not an expert on hypnosis, so I can't give you the full, detailed differences between what meditation is and what hypnosis is. But when you're in that state of mind, you're able to absorb new information better. You learn it at a deeper level of your mind, and it really impacts even your subconscious thinking. And when we guide people through the programs that we've created, we get them into that state and we help them identify where they have negative programming or negative thought patterns and help them replace them with positive, healthy, productive thought habits.
First of all, how do you identify a negative thought and eliminate negative thinking and replace it with positive thinking to realize your potential?
A lot of negative thinking we are just perfectly aware of at the conscious level, right? We hear ourselves, putting ourselves down or telling ourselves that we're not good at something or we're afraid to do something. So a lot of our negative thinking can be obvious to us. Some of it won't be as obvious, though. And when you're in a meditative state, you can become a lot more aware of what negative thinking you have, mm-hmm. right? Especially as you try to guide somebody towards visualizing, a better future or being better, right? Like let's take, for example, a weight loss program. And you tell somebody, you get them in a deep state of mind, and you start imagining them, or telling them to imagine themselves in front of a mirror and seeing themselves in the mirror and seeing themselves, as a fit, healthy person. Now, when you run into that, for some people, and this has happened to me when I've used the programs, I find myself rejecting it. Right? It's like, wait a second, that's not me. Mm-hmm. And so that makes you aware of that, wait, I have this image of myself as something that I don't want to be. And I can't become that person I want to be until I stop believing that I am, this other thing. Mm-hmm. So the first step in making real changes in your life is seeing yourself as somebody who is that person, whether it's a fit person or a non-smoker or a person who chooses healthy foods over, fast food. And that thinking is critical to making the changes that you need to make to change your life.
Is it a good idea or even possible to change these habits while you're thinking about changing these habits, or do you have to have an idea internalized before you take action? Or can you fake it till you make it, so to speak?
Well, you can fake it till you make it. Yeah. The key, though, is developing those inner thoughts, right? So I can, we're talking about weight loss. So I'll just stick with weight loss. And I can go on a diet. I could be disciplined for a month and cut out all these other foods, right? And choose healthy foods. And I can maybe make some successes. And so I'm faking it, right? Mm-hmm. And maybe as I see myself thinning down, getting in shape, I can look at myself and say, hey, that's the real me. And I can change that inner image of myself, and then I can be successful and stay with it. But how often do people go on diets, they lose weight, only to stop the diet and gain all the weight back? I mean, that is exactly what happens 90% of the time to people. Because what a lot of times happens is, you're faking it till you make it, but you never change that inner image of yourself, and you end up in front of the mirror looking at somebody thinner, or on the scale looking at a number that's smaller. And subconsciously, you may not realize it consciously, subconsciously you're like, who is that person? Mm-hmm. Like, that's not me. Hold on a second. I'm uncomfortable. There's a disconnect between the inner image and what's going on outside. So your behavior tends to bring you back to that steady state where the inner image matches what's going on outside. So, so you need to work on it while changing your inner image of yourself.
Where does the WiseGuide app come in, and how does it help me to achieve this state of mind?
All right. So, like I said, we started over 45 years ago and started out teaching classes to people in person. And we created audio programs for these people to bring home and supplement their classroom experience. Well, we learned that they started sharing it with their friends, and their friends were having great success with it too. And so we ended up delivering most of our services through our audio programs. Mm-hmm. We ended up developing over 120 different titles on different subjects, from depression, anxiety, self-confidence, weight loss, smoking cessation. And so we had typically been delivering this to people and serving people through our CDs. But what's fantastic about the WiseGuide app is that the WiseGuide app has that entire library of programs right there on the phone. So it's literally in the palm of your hand. And so you can, browse through, choose the programs that you need, that are your goals, and put them in your playlist. And those are the ones that you can listen to every day to help you reprogram your mind for the improvements that you're seeking in your life.
Is the app available worldwide, or is it exclusive to the United States?
It's available worldwide. Mm-hmm. So it's in the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store, and so it's available worldwide. And
is this a paid or a free app?
So the app itself is free, mm-hmm. and there's a lot of free programming in there. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the titles you'll be able to hear, like the introduction, or there are a few titles that have one or two tracks that you can listen to and really introduce yourself to the programs. Mm-hmm. And then every month we release one of the titles for free. Okay. So you can listen to that program for free that month. Now, if you wanted to, dig in deeper and enjoy more, you can find titles that you want, and you could purchase a lifetime license for that title, mm-hmm. and listen to that anytime you want to. Or you can subscribe, just pay a small monthly fee or annual fee, and you have access to the entire library. So as your life changes, as you achieve goals and want to move on to something else, you can just find what you need and dive right into it.
Well, Jeff, give us a website where we can learn more about the WiseGuide app and possibly download it as well.
Yeah, great. So it's WiseGuideApp.com, WiseGuideApp.com. So you can go there, learn a lot more about the app, learn about the programs, browse the different programs as well. And if you choose to download the app, there are links to do that. You could subscribe right there as well. And there's a 7-day free trial if you do subscribe. So if you just want to give it a try, it's easy and free.
Thank you very much, Jeff, for joining us here on the program. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, and I appreciate you giving us this information. Thank you.
Thank you for calling, Neil. Great to talk to you.
You've been listening to Health Professional Radio. I'm your host, Neil Howard, in conversation with Mr. Jeff Griswold, president of Effective Learning Systems. Audio copies of this program are available at hpr.fm and healthprofessionalradio.com.au. You can also subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, listen in, download at SoundCloud, and be sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Health Professional Radio.